I had talked with the bartender.
Yes.
And basically, if I gave this information to the others, but I need to give, if we want to be able to have access to things when we get back, I need to give them in the Black Elf, Drow, and Eagle's Crow, Fox Nest. Okay, so it's 500 platinum. I believe.
Yes, the equivalent of 5,000 gold per person.
Per person?
I'm pretty sure you said per person.
I thought it was a quote for our group, the 5 of us.
You were speaking with him one-on-one.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I can look up directly.
I didn't go back and listen to the game, but I had just a total of 5,000. Or 5,000 gold, 500 platinum.
What was that for?
That was for
A new
setting
identity.
up a legal identity to buy and sell and have all the paperwork to own a building. So I must have proven that.
I don't
It's
suppose we
very
could get that
easily-
for the City of Brass.
That is up to...
Well, realistically, we only need one person to be able to buy.
Correct.
So whether it's per person or per group, sure,
Doesn't necessarily matter.
500 gold for the group or 5,000 gold for the group would be nice.
I do
Because then they
believe
all could
he
be.
quoted you as a per person, not as a group.
But even if it's 5,000 gold for one person, we only need one person
Right.
to technically be able
So
to do all of the
I was
purchasing
going
and everything.
to ask the group here that before we left, is this something like who do we want to set this up with? Should it be Nibs, since his intention is to bow out on the rest of these quests after this?
I mean, I feel like
fire
that makes
thing?
sense. Because we're gonna still be trying to fill this Titan deal. You can actually focus on getting us set
So,
up for our
yeah.
original mission.
Trek, you good with that?
Sure. Trek also wants to get a companion, someone else to go with us to
What the heck?
Brass. City Brass, there we go.
You want to hire someone, a companion, to go with us?
Yes.
Why?
He has money now.
How about Hobo Cop?
A cop, did you say?
Hobo Cop.
Hobo Cop.
That sounds great.
We just
There's
give a
no
hobo a
cop.
badge and take him with us.
Can we get like 5 hobos, if that's the case?
We just find some poor down
You should.
on the
Yeah, I was
luck
gonna say you should
fool
find some
living
some
in the
people just
gutter.
on the street, like beggars on the street. Be like, hey, I will pay you to pretend that you are this.
Exactly. Hobo Cop.
Right. So here's the thing. We can either get a whole bunch of people who don't know what they're doing, like maybe even 5, that's a lot, but still. Or we can get like a tiefling or someone else who like would do well in the plane of fire.
I think
Who
we're.
already has like fire resistance.
Or, and hear me out, we get like 5 hobo tieflings.
Zach, I'm gonna roll an investigation check to find hobo tieflings.
Define hobo tieflings? Okay, go ahead and roll. At disadvantage.
Alright, is anyone gonna help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Okay, straight roll.
Sweet. What's your investigation? That's probably a bit more than mine.
My investigation is a dump stat.
My investigation is a +1.
Hey, me
Let's
too.
go. Can we get Nari on board, or is this too much?
Nari will indulge in this amusement. I have a +3.
Alright, we will all be helping you. Zach, this is up to you.
Give me a
Wait,
straight
everybody's
roll.
helping me?
Give me a straight roll.
Yes.
7. Wait, 10
Why?
+3.
So you search, and you search, and you
And
search.
I can't find any.
You guys are
hobos.
going through carts, and you find a multitude of creatures with red or like purple skin. However, However, you cannot find
Gotcha,
a tiefling for the life of you.
Can
you
I-
find multiple horned dragonborn, and
Is there a way to make someone appear like a tiefling?
Yeah, but
Like-
it might not
Like
last.
costume? I would
That'd
like
be
to
helpful, though.
spend a small amount of money to play a prank on
okay, so go ahead and spend 5 gold.
on him and make someone dress up as a
Sure.
tiefling.
Jerk.
A hobo tiefling. I don't know what you're talking about. I think this is the greatest idea I've ever had.
We're just gonna get there, and Homeboy's just gonna like fall over in flames.
Frank
No,
legitimately
I'm not
could
actually gonna
find
bring him
someone-
with.
He's a
Like, I'm definitely
fake.
not. I'm just.
That isn't a tiefling.
That's a fraud.
This is only for the purpose of trying
That's a
to,
red elf.
to feed the Delulu. We're not. I don't actually want to take anybody with us. I think that's silly. I think it's a dumb idea, but I think finding someone who's going to pretend to be what Jade is looking for to come to the plane of fire will be
Okay.
even better.
Go ahead.
Drake is looking for. I think we can take him.
Okay, so you spend 5 gold and you kind of buy a costume. So as you're walking the street, go ahead and roll me a luck.
My luck is a flat.
My luck is negative, so shut up.
2.
So as you're walking the
This person's not
streets,
gonna look anything like a
you
tiefling.
you are walking the streets, and eventually you hear the jingle of a cup, and you look down, and below you is a fairly like dark-skinned elf, who is sitting there. It's like, change for the poor, change for the poor, change for the poor, and you kind of like sit there. And one of the gold that you spent on this was give him the gold, and then you were talking to him. And he ends up agreeing, and you attach everything, and it looks great to you.
It
And you
looks
begin
awful.
making your way back to the tavern where Jade is. And
You
Jade,
can do a deception
Oh yeah, you know I am.
versus
This is
insight.
I think this guy looks amazing. I think
walking into the tavern behind Nari is a pale-skinned with splotches of like this pale skin peeking through like this red, very obvious face paint, with horns curling out, one of which that goes straight up and the other that like curls back around for some reason. A tail that is only half attached, sliding behind it, and it's walking in with his chest out and like flamboyantly, like aggressively gay.
but it is an elf.
So,
Oh, it's for sure an
was
elf.
his great grandfather a billy goat? Not a demon, that's for sure.
No, this is the hobo tiefling you were looking for.
I heard you was looking for a hobo.
I'm gonna
Okay,
like
so
elbow this.
I've gotta ask:
Don't
Nibs
talk.
is Nibs sitting with
I'll say
you?
Nibs is sitting in the tavern, yeah.
I'm gonna wink over at Nibs.
I'm gonna
because I think this is going really well. So I'm
I'm
like,
gonna look over at Nari. I'm gonna look at the hobo, and I'm gonna look over at the gnome and go. I didn't know you were into that. And then I'm
darling,
gonna look back over
everyone's
it,
into it.
and I was like, "So your name's Bo?"
No, darling. I'm a hobo. There's quite a difference, sweetheart.
Well, I know you're a hoe, but
I think he would make a
okay.
great
Oh.
ally in. Is
Don't
it a he
worry,
or a she?
darling. I'm
Is it
only
a-
5 golden.
It's
a
he.
they.
It's a they.
I'm gonna look over at you and go.
They would make a great addition to our party, Jade, for this trek. I mean, they have fire resistance. They are a tiefling,
Certainly.
exactly
go
what you
over
look
to
for.
him. I'm gonna slap him on the back. What is it? Just control flame?
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
where you enter? I can't remember. I'm just gonna slap some fire on his back. Not enough to kill him, but enough to probably burn him.
Okay,
decently.
go ahead and roll the damage.
That's so mean.
He's
I'm
checking.
mad. You take me off. What the heck? thought
I
we were
imagine that's
actually-
exactly how you would say that too. You tick me off.
You ticked me off. What the heck?
Yeah.
2d8. That's 8 damage.
Do you know the average health of a commoner?
That would be.
Oh no.
He just straight murdered a hobo.
Hey, he was holding back. Drake would have some kind of
So you
knowing how much he
you
could
kind of step over too, and this is a fairly tall creature. So you like slap him on the ass, and
Not on the ass.
and you feel your hand touch bone as you have melted through his butt cheeks, and he is writhing in pain on the ground. The speeds of sweat on his face are starting to melt this red face paint off his body as he is sweating profusely.
Nibs is gonna hop down from his chair, walk over to the guy on the ground, and go, "Hey, that kind of foreplay stays in the room. I'm gonna heal him.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you weren't, I was gonna, cause damn.
I'm gonna just say that kind of
What is the
foreplay
average health of a
stays.
commoner?
Yeah.
Like technically less than 8 HP. Because the average class is a D8 and the average human, so it's like 8 HP or so. 10 for those who have
He's
higher
making death
constitution.
saving throws because you slapped his ass cheeks.
He clapped those.
So,
Oh, he clapped them!
so I touch him and give 7. Oh yeah, baby. I give him 7 points of health back.
Oh, dang it.
So he's not completely fully healed, but he now has probably like the skin came back over, but he's just got this burning slap on his rear end now.
Oh, he can't sit down.
And well, I mean like the print is in his butt. Your hand, that little child hand, is just smacked on his ass. And
It looks
is
like
totally-
a baby took those like concrete prints you see on concrete just on his butt.
That's
and-
honestly worse. It looks like a
I'm
baby.
gonna tell him to walk it off and cast Healing Word.
Well, Nibs is gonna kind of go. Then,
He got 5 HP, so he's good.
well,
As
he's
soon
still
as
scarred.
As
but-
soon as he gets up, he's like, "Shit, man, what was that?
I'm gonna look over
I
at
ain't gonna
Nari.
be able to do my job for days."
You're healed.
Begging?
Now get out of here. You're no use to it at all.
Yeah, how much did you pay him?
Like 5. Well, I paid for the costume and then
She
I
gave
gave
him
a
1
gold.
gold.
Well waived.
Nibs is
What
gonna
a
go.
waste.
He's walked out at this point.
Yeah.
He is not having
Yeah,
anything to
yeah,
do with you
Nibs-
guys anymore.
Nibs is gonna go. It's like,
I'm just gonna watch the tail that's like not even on, like swinging back.
Oh no,
behind it.
it's like sizzling at its connection, and it just falls off
So-
as he's walking
so-
out.
I thought it
when
was a great costume though.
when
I mean,
you slapped
tell
it,
me.
when you slapped his butt, you burned right through. So there's literally butt cheek there with the hand
Yes,
That's fair.
he is walking away with his pants just having a handprint on it.
Honestly, I feel like that's how he'd want it though. Being
Well,
a hobo.
He
Direct access.
They're window
Yeah.
shopping.
Alright.
Well,
Drake is gonna go to find someone who is actual help, and he's gonna announce, he's like, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna find an actual warrior, and I'm gonna spend all of my gold on it, and you're gonna be Nari, and he's gonna walk out.
I'm gonna be like,
He's,
as you go out, he's like, well, you could just pay me.
don't slap any ass cheeks while you're out.
Don't clap any ass cheek. Okay,
I would
Trey.
like to announce
uses
to the
the
bar
word to grab the door and
that
slide
my
it
friend is gay.
Well, Drake, quite possibly one of the best place to find people who have skills.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna be going back to our rooms?
At the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some point, yes. Because you still have to sleep tonight.
Wow.
I
Talk
would-
about slapping.
I would like to
around.
actually go find
Why did that show
a
up
male
under
prostitute
gnome?
and pay him to wait in Trek's room for when he comes
I hate
back.
you.
No,
Okay.
you don't know shit.
You're gonna have to spend 10 gold.
Okay.
Do you have a
$10.
preferred race?
Ogre.
Yeah, something.
So
Harry-
biggest you could get is Goliath.
A hairy ogre.
And would you prefer it to be male or female?
Definitely male, because I think that's funnier. But, I don't even know. Sure, an ogre, that's fine. I have no idea what.
Okay.
What race? Where would I?
So
Whatever's cheapest, frankly, because I don't want to spend a stupid amount on
I mean,
this.
10 gold is pretty cheap.
Really?
Yeah. I would say
Wait,
10.
didn't we just get a bunch of gold?
Warden and Drake did. They got a whole bunch past
Got
session. And you guys got some from the Consortio. Yeah, you got some. So, It's just you and Nibs who didn't gain any new gold, but Nibs has quite a bit left over.
Nibs got some gold and didn't give it to you guys. He has almost 500. Well, there was some stuff going on. You guys were doing stuff, so
Yeah.
um,
Either way, so Trake, where are you going to go looking? Because honestly, the best place to find adventurers is probably the Whale's Call, which is the tavern that you just walked out of.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought there was like
The Kravis Guild, they do not have
Yeah.
a guild hall in Karth.
thing. So was there people already in the tavern in that main room that we were in that probably were hireable?
Quite possibly.
Were there people in there?
Were there people in there? Go ahead and roll a percent. Do you walk back into the tavern?
Were there people in there? I want to know first.
You're not in there right now. Go ahead and roll me a perception. In your past.
Can I have like a precognitive perception? Like, who do I remember being in there?
Bro, all you can remember is almost killing someone from slapping their ass.
Yeah, that would be seared into your memory as a recent event.
Seared.
Alright. I am now a fly, and I go back in.
Okay, so you walk back in.
he flies.
I'm a fly.
You're a
Thank you very
fly and you walk back in?
He
Roll me a
flies.
I
perception.
don't walk back in. I fly.
Roll me a perception check.
So far, we just like things
I don't know if I should give you a negative for being a fly.
Did not need to. I rolled a 6.
did.
Can I roll an insight on the fly that just flew into the bar?
You need to see
You
it
have to roll
first.
perception to see if you see it first.
Okay, so
I feel like I would be acutely aware to the.
shut up.
You're trying to find a whore.
I am trying to find a war.
So you've walked out and you don't see Trake on the road, so you're a little
Where's the
confused.
pleasure district in here?
It's right around the corner.
Beautiful.
So
You know it's probably gonna be a slave you're hiring.
Nori would have a problem with that.
If it occurs to you,
You don't know that
That's
yet.
true. That's
they would
true.
just be wearing a
I'm
choker.
metagaming. I'm
I was
meta.
gonna say they would have a collar, so
Unless they're wearing a really nice choker or a bow.
does the one I find have a really nice bow?
Walk between Trake first. So Trake, stepping back in, you rolled a perception of 6. So looking around the place, you do spot a singular tiefling man who does seem to be alone in the corner.
That is perfect. Those are all the people in the room then? Just
We look all over
Bar
the
party
streets
and
for
that man?
tiefling, and there's one just in the bar.
You were looking for someone who looked like a tiefling. You weren't looking for a tiefling himself.
Would
did
someone
say
who
that.
looks like a tiefling not be a tiefling?
You said, I'm just looking for a hobo on the street, a hobo tiefling. This is not a hobo. This is a dude who
Okay,
is
the hobo bit's fair.
actively wearing very, very nice clothing. He has like bits of leather across his body. He has bracers actively over like his dress clothes. He has like a wand at his hip. Like he is a very well dressed man. He is not a hobo.
Can I roll insight to see if this guy would be the kind of person who we could hire to help us out?
How about you just talk to him?
I can't roll insight?
I mean, you can roll insight. It's gonna get you nowhere near as far
Actually-
as just talking to the dude. Stop being socially anxious.
Fine. No, my charisma's terrible though. Okay.
Give them
so
money, that
I'm
always makes
assuming
up
he's
for
at
it.
a table with more than one chair.
He is at a table with more than one chair. He's like at a 2-chair table off on the side, and he's like flipping through a tome actively.
I'm going to spawn right onto the other chair and say, "Hi, I'm Drake."
As you come out of your fly,
Yes.
or you talk to him as a fly.
Actually, as you come out of your fly, or talk to him
not
as
Drake.
or after the
I
conversation.
come out of my fly.
Moving on.
Okay, so Trick, you come out of your
Yeah.
fly,
Yes.
and you say,
And I'm now sitting in the chair. Hello, I'm Drake.
he goes from here, reading the tome, not even looking up. Hello, darling. What can I do for you?
Screw you. I would like to hire you.
You'll have to pay for the screwing.
I told you.
What you paying? And what's the job?
first of all, it's to a really nice location. So the price isn't going to be terribly high due to the fact that it'll be a vacation for you, darling. It's gonna be the Plane of Fire. Have you ever been there?
Actually, yeah, my patron's from there.
Really? Would you like to pay a visit? We
Honestly,
will
not
get
really.
you
I don't
there
like the guy.
For free. Oh,
I mean, I'll go there for the right cash, depending upon the situation. What's the job?
we are getting you there for. We'll get you there for free. Okay? We will pay for your food in a pot where we all throw money in, and then 1,000 gold.
What's the job?
Oh yeah, we're gonna trap a devil in a jar.
How do you plan on doing that? I need to know a bit of, like, an actual plan. I'm not just gonna go in there, oh, we're gonna do this, when devils are one of the most dangerous and most protected people of the city.
Is there anyone in my party in the bar right now?
Yeah,
Nibs.
Nibs is across the way, so is Mikhail. So they're at least both in
I'm
there.
just gonna kind of lean back and say, yes, the plan that we have.
Go ahead and roll perception, you two.
Oh god.
We're never getting to the Plane of Fire.
What did
You forced Drake to do this by himself.
19.
He's got 0
19?
That's because
Mikhail,
Drake's idea
so
was
you
silly.
catch out of the corner of your eye just the... As Drake is now sitting there, you guys both catch Drake just appear and start talking to this tiefling. Just... You have no clue what's going on, but the tiefling goes from reading his book to sitting up with his arms crossed, like almost interrogatingly talking to Drake. And you just hear, yes, the plan, from across the room.
Nibs is going to
You keep talking if you guys don't go over.
Nibs is going to kind of sigh really dramatically and start walking over to the table. And
This is my good friend, Nibs. He thinks he's a dragon. Don't tell him otherwise.
Nibs is just,
He's kind of like a leader or of sorts. It's like, no thanks. Take it away, Nibs.
Nibs is gonna kind of
You got a terrible height man here, I'm gonna be honest.
well,
Never thought of the way.
frankly, it's like with Nibs' experience, kind of how professional does this guy look?
This guy looks quite professional.
Do I need to like? Okay, so it's
If you
like,
want to roll an insight or something, you
okay,
can.
thank you. This is only a 12. I rolled a 3 with my plus 9.
Nice.
This is a
He,
second day.
he does look very, very professional.
Okay.
The fact that he is here alone is a little weird because there aren't many solo adventurers in Dairn. Like, that's not a common thing because it's just such a dangerous place. If you're not traveling with a group, you're not traveling at all. So it's weird to find someone solo, but he looks very professional.
He's gonna kind of look up at him and go, well, as you know, soul traps only work if you kill a creature.
Yes, you must defeat it.
Must defeat the son of a bitch. So, we're rather fucked because we don't have a real plan. We're gonna kill the thing, entrap its soul, and try to get out before we're dead. That's why he wants to hire someone who actually knows what the fuck's going on. And Nibs is just gonna lay it out. He goes, I started listening to the plan and I realized there was no plan. So, we're actually recruiting for someone who has brains. It's like, and he goes, so I figure it would be more than whatever he offered you.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
For brute honesty. Can I just grab it?
At advantage. We'll go at advantage
Okay.
due to brute honesty.
That's 11 and 13. 13 plus. You said persuasion?
1 or 2 max.
Five.
Yeah, it is.
18. I have a plus 5 for
You have
perception.
a plus 5 for persuasion?
Wait, that's perception. I have a 0. Sorry.
Okay.
So 13.
Go ahead and roll me a luck check along with those.
Luck is plus 1, so 6.
Oh my gosh.
This is not going well. You know what I honestly, just above board real quick, this is, our characters don't know this, but he's probably the guy here to watch us, to report back to the guys that want to kill us.
That.
That is my opinion. But Nibs is not. Nibs rolled 12.
Yeah.
So just keep. Even if it's not, we're probably screwing ourselves.
What's the likelihood of coming across the huntsman somehow in the...
Well, this is a Kravis Guild protected building.
So
it would be
not the Kravis Build protected building. I'm talking about in the
city.
in the city.
I mean,
realm.
they have legal rights to
Yeah.
detain you in the city.
Yeah.
In the city brass.
No, not in the city of Brass.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what
Sorry.
Oh,
City
if
of
it,
Brass.
we just told them where we're going, and we haven't been very quiet about this.
Yeah, so it's like, but if they found out we were going to the city of Brass somehow,
I mean, there's a good chance
There
we're
is
going
no
to
such
die.
thing as extradition, but there is such as honoring the laws of other lands. That it is quite
Well-
possible you could be deported
well,
back
if
to
they're-
the huntsman.
the huntsmen are trying to kill us, so it's like
dang it.
they could come to the city of Brass and just kill us.
They also, if they know the laws of the city of Brass, they're not just going to kill you because then they get killed or enslaved. So they're going to be very, very careful and try to play jurisdictions with the Afriti, who are very, very law-abiding. They are a lawful nation, not chaotic. And by that, they may be able to work out some arrangement to go from detaining you guys by the Afrit straight to the Huntsman, to where they can take you back to the Prime Material Plane to kill you. Either way. So, talking to him, he's kind of continuing to look up. So you're wanting to kill a devil
And stick it in a jar.
and stick it in a jar. Is that it?
Yep.
That's all you're wanting to do there?
Oh, and get the hell out. Preferably with all of us alive. But outside of that, no, that's pretty much it.
One target. What's your expected wait time in the Brass City?
That is where things get kind of funky. One, we hadn't decided if we're going to go there, scope it out, spend a week or two figuring out, matches things, and do it the proper way, or if we're just going to go, hey, I think he's over here, and wander around until we find him, try it right where we find him, and then try to run away.
That'd be
Like I
pretty
said,
stupid.
we're buying we're buying someone who's smarter than we.
Well, I'm not necessarily known for my intelligence. However, I wouldn't necessarily call it poor. It's an interesting proposition. What kind of payment would you be offering?
1,000 gold coins.
It's gonna need to be a little more than that.
Ah, yes.
And a
1,000
free
would be...
voyage.
Yeah.
And what?
And a free voyage.
Mate, I can go there and back whenever I want.
The power of friendship.
Nibs is kind of gonna... So, well, sir, he goes, to be blunt,
I'm gonna sigh and take out another 500 gold and put it on top.
he's...
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Alright, first roll was a nat 20. Plus
Hey.
nothing. Second roll.
It's at advantage. You can't get higher than the first roll, my guy. Why are you rolling the
I
second
just
time?
wanted to roll again.
So with you placing 1,500 gold onto the table, he kind of sits there in contemplation. How about this? 1,500 gold. I'll follow you to the city. I'll work with you. I'll be there to fight this devilkin or whatever with you, if you so still choose. However, I ain't gonna fight no Illuminated. If you get in a fight with those, I'm gone. I'd prefer not to deal with any Afriti at all, if the chance. And more than not, I'll just stay in the tavern, wherever that is in the plume, wherever we decide to stay. And from there, I will milk you for your food and rent money, and then help you fight this devil.
I'm gonna look over
Okay.
at you and go, well, he's the deal, he's the payer. It's like, I'm sure the rest of the group will have opinions about this, but it's like, pay the man. Would you take half now and half after? We're there, not after the job, but once we get there.
I could do half now, half when we get there. As long as I can take my money and bail if y'all decide to kill yourselves against the Ifriti.
Look at you. Seems fair to me. I mean, no man should be asked to commit suicide for that of, not, one he doesn't have any ties to. It's like, and this is your money, so Nibs is gonna shrug and go. It couldn't hurt to have someone who's been there in the last wee bit.
Sounds great. We bought ourselves a friend. Specifically
That's-
for his skin color, so that we can
That's-
survive in the breath.
You're trying to get me. You're trying to turn my opinion right now, little lad. What's your name, by the way? That's another prerequisite
Little
before I
lad.
go.
Little lad's
My name's
definitely his
Trek.
name.
What's yours? I said I was
Trey,
Trek,
that's a shit name. I'm gonna call you little lad. My name is Petrus.
You could call
That's a
him.
shit.
That's a crappy name. I'm gonna call you Penis.
I'm gonna just look at him, reach into my thing, and hand him a platinum. It's like.
He's gonna take it.
I'm just gonna shake my head and walk away and go. Remember, it's like I'm just gonna lift my finger and go.
Little lad bought a penis.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna walk up to you. I'm gonna walk up to you and go. Well, the little lad bought a penis.
He's gonna crunch out like a pile, shift half of it toward him very
At this point, Drake,
untypically, and skip the rest in
Well,
his
Nari's
bag.
going to buy a penis for Trick as well.
as you are stepping out and like going towards the door, Nari bursts the door open, and there is about an 8.5-foot tall, hairy as shit, like one of those shirts that doesn't cover the belly button but goes up and around.
No, what I was gonna do is I was gonna have the guy waiting in Trick's room.
But you can't get to the room without going in the front door.
I would be looking for Trick though. If I'm trying to surprise him, I would be on the lookout
Okay.
so that he's just waiting in the room.
She's smart enough. She's the
I'm
smartest.
smart enough for
I
that.
really don't want to spend time describing that whole scenario, though.
Just the guy's. Whenever he goes back to his room, the guy's laying on the
Okay.
on the bed. I tell him he won't actually have sex with you. I literally am just paying you to wait there.
Okay.
And just
So over time,
attempt
you
to
somehow
seduce
sneak him
him.
up there. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to do this evening?
Nibs just ready for this to be over.
Nari is doing everything she can to distract herself from the panic attacks that she's having, like, daily.
I want to roll an insight on Nori. See if I notice how absolutely fucking unhinged she is.
Oh, she's very unhinged.
Well, even with a shit roll, I still get a 19, so...
A 19.
Oh my god.
She's not hiding it very well.
No.
She's definitely incredibly anxious about returning to the City of Brass.
We're planning to go
I
in the
also
morning,
haven't
right?
told, technically, I haven't told anybody about my mother yet,
No,
which
you
is
haven't.
also something that's making me very anxious, is that
Yeah.
that's something that I'm thinking
We're
about.
planning to leave, like, first thing in the morning, right?
That is up to you guys. That is what I thought was going on, but
Yeah.
that may change.
I think that's what we
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to Nari, and I'm going to just hold out my hand with 2 brownies and be like, you need to chill. Just go to your room.
Remember
and we'll
last-
see you in the
I
morning.
was gonna say, no, I'm gonna, like, vehemently back away from that, because every time I think of brownies, I think of Ketharak, and when he showed up in my hallucination, and I'm like, I just am gonna stare at it for a few minutes, and then, like, kind of get lost, start breathing a little quicker, like I'm starting to, like, have an anxiety attack thing, and I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna go walk. I'm gonna go up to my room,
Okay.
probably.
It's fairly late in the evening at this
Yeah.
point. It's 8 or 9 o'clock.
I just go up to my room. I won't say anything.
Got her to
I'm
go
just
to
gonna
her
walk
room
away.
anyways.
Would you be going to sleep at that point?
If I could fall asleep.
Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw for this evening, and we'll get to that later.
Okay.
So, what is everyone else's plans for the evening?
How much time until we leave in the morning?
I mean, probably first thing in the morning.
We're gonna
So,
eat breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes, but how many hours would that be?
2-3 hours in the morning max.
You mean what
3
time is
hours
it
until
now?
the morning?
Until the morning. Until the morning.
Until the morning. It is 8 o'clock right now.
We're going to eat at
Okay.
8 and then leave after.
Yeah, so you've got 12 hours from now. However, you are already at one point of exhaustion.
Yes, I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to wake him up? Is he gonna be?
No. He'll be
Okay.
fine.
I don't know how that works. But...
Well, it's merely when you continue to add more points of exhaustion, you get worse and worse.
Gotcha.
So if he was, say, wanting to go do another plant growth, which is going to take him another 8 hours.
I was thinking of that.
I know that's what you were thinking. That is why I said as much. So
Thank
you eat and drink to your heart's content, and you open your bedroom door to a large, brolic, dark-skinned creature whose flaccid penis is hanging over the side of the bed.
Oh, nuts.
And at this point has actually fallen asleep.
I'm gonna close
It's
the
just
door.
waiting in there. He'll sleep on
I know where
Jake's
Nari's room is.
bed.
What did you say?
I know where Nari's room is. I'm
Yes,
gonna
you do.
Walk over to hers. I'm gonna contemplate knocking lightly, and just full fist right on the door frame, and just yell at her
Okay.
until she comes to the door.
I'm gonna come to the door.
Okay, you show up to the door. You open it. She looks very haggard.
But I will say, Nari's very amused by this whole situation. So I think I would start to lighten up just a little bit. Like, oh, you found my gift? You found my gift?
Oh, it's too late. I'm hitting you.
Oh. Mid-sentence, you found my...
No, right when you open the door. He was just waiting
Oh.
for you to open the door. He catched the lily.
He cast a lamp.
And then you just sock him with a stick.
Alright, so I should have not a +3. I should have my spellcasting modifier.
Yes, you should. You should have a +8.
I should have +8. So I'm just gonna roll flat d20 and add 8 for my roll. That's a natural 20.
Okay, so
My
you're going to
armor-
deal
Wait, how's it
1d8 plus 4, doubling that die.
Means you got like 28 and a net 20.
Alright, you can take it. We're about to take a long rest.
I crit on my
That's an 8. I rolled max damage.
Okay, so you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy
as
shit.
as you open the door, you say, "Oh, so you found my little," and just straight on your forehead, just straight bonk, go to horny jail. A staff just falls and cracks your forehead, and you just fall back, and you kind of like stumble into your bed. Drake, do you just close the door and go back to your room?
Yes, I do.
Just going bonk. Close the door. What do you do about the big boy in your bed?
I was just like, he's still sleeping in
question.
your bed, my man.
That's a very good question.
He takes up the majority of like 90% of your bed.
He's gonna bonk him on the head and not his forehead.
Wrong head, wrong head. Left cheek,
So no head?
left cheek.
Dude just wakes up. So no head?
Bam!
That's what he says. He rolls,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna conjure animals. I'm just gonna, ooh, what would I do? Can I just get a whole bunch of octopuses, and I just want to drop them on
You
it
mean
and say,
octopi?
Octopi?
All over his
Octopi.
naked body.
No, octopuses. That's what they're called. Grammatically, that is correct. Based on the roots, it's octopuses. So he drops a whole bunch of those.
That sounds like you're trying to say octopussies, and I'm
Yeah.
not okay with it.
Hey, James Bond was.
Speaking of, so you drop a whole bunch of octopus.
Yes.
Pussy.
Octopussies. You're catching on very quickly. So you drop all of them on him, and he takes a little bit to wake up, like actually 2 or 3 minutes before he fully realizes and wakes up. And he wakes
If
up
it
like,
takes him that long, I am smacking him at
Are
this
they?
point,
Oh.
telling him to leave.
yeah, he wakes up and like, what the, and just realizes all of these like sucking creatures are all over his body. And, this is gonna ruin my customers. I'm gonna have too many hickeys. And he starts throwing them off, grabbing them. One's like wrapped around his hog.
If I
Just-
hear screaming, I would go over to the room.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
not-
want this dude to be.
But you're
in-
knocked out.
No, I wasn't knocked
No,
out.
not knocked out.
Claire,
He-
what?
The
I
knocked
wanna
unconscious.
put front of stairs.
I just had a hell of a freaking
Oh.
headache.
So
Yep.
he gets dressed and leaves, and you take your long rest.
He gets dressed. He does not have the right. I told him to leave.
No, he gets dressed in your room. He's like,
It will get worse.
he like throws his pants on as he's running out.
Slam door.
These are coming for us, actually.
Okay, I go to bed.
You go to bed in that bed?
It is a
That's
little
good point.
moist.
I sleep on the floor.
Yeah, you're a druid.
Okay. So everyone has set themselves to take rest. So if you have anything down, go ahead and give your characters a long rest. And you guys wake up at about 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
What all do you guys want to get finished up before you begin making your way?
Nibs is gonna be up fairly early, because, you know, he doesn't need a lot of sleep. He's gonna spend some time meditating, and then he's gonna go down and hand over the gold with
Yeah.
instructions to start working on the identity for him, passing that through. So I will remove.
5,000 gold worth.
Yeah, there goes all my platinum.
Yeah.
Remove all for 96. Remove.
Oh, really?
And then some gold. 96, that's 40. 40 gold, correct? Yep.
What are you doing? Hey, don't undo that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Um, okay. Yep.
So you
That's
get
what.
with Jack, you give him the gold.
Give him instructions, give him some information, and yeah, give him squared away with a different, I guess, with the Nikolai Freudenstein persona, which
Okay.
I have not used since I got here.
No, you have not. Would you have been registered coming in? What name would you be registered coming in?
Thomas.
by?
Keep an eye on him for a second.
Um,
I'm gonna get toys for him.
Albert Dawson.
Albert Dawson? Okay.
Yes.
So, you give him the gold, and Jack kind of nods to you. It'll take us a couple days to get a courier down to Dwinda, and it'll probably take at least a few weeks to fully process this.
Well, that should be fine. If we come back, it'll be good. If we don't, then
Hey, bud.
maybe there'll be another Kobold who could use it. He's gonna shrug and
There are
What?
quite a few kobolds as extravagant as you, Nikolai.
he kind of nods his head to them and goes, "Aye,
That's normal.
thank you, sir. Like to. Would it be possible to buy a hero's breakfast for the park?
A hero's feast?
Yes.
A version of hero's feast?
Yeah.
Let me look
Is that how you're
something
gonna
up
call
real quick.
all of your hoes?
You're
Yeah.
talking about the kid's hose?
All his hoes.
Yeah. You get all the numbers. Yeah. You checking your notifications? See if she texted you back.
No, after that risky
What do you mean
business
she?
back there.
Bro, he's got like 5 people.
There's one in particular though, isn't there, buddy?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
There is
to
actually a little
get
brokenness that they never really heal.
to acquire a hero's feast, it
I'm excited when
consumes
she said that.
1,000 gold worth of materials,
That would last 24 hours.
and that would last you guys up to 12 creatures. Yes, lasts 24 hours. So it would cost you guys. He'll reduce the price a little bit. He could get it to you guys for 750.
Nibs is
that's pretty cool.
going to reach out to the other members of their group that they like old man, and he's going to reach out and invite them to this thing so they can
If
fill
that
up
would
they
be
can fill up the
retarded.
other slots.
Okay.
Me
And
too,
do a
buddy.
dinner.
Me too.
is it possible if we do this to have like a separate window, so it's not like it's,
Yeah, you guys could get in like a little lounge office.
Okay,
Like
so yeah, if that way it's not necessarily
For
super
sure.
obvious to everyone, but paying the money anyway. So yeah, quote.
So are you gonna pick up the whole tab?
Yes.
Okay, so that's gonna be another 750.
So I will do
you
that,
all-
and then you all
You all gather, and gathering with you is Marquet and Finch had not yet left yet, so they wake up. There is also a third who is a young elf woman that joins them,
and your hireling, your penis.
and your penis comes along. That's gonna be so weird. Hey,
He's
Jade's
little boy.
penis.
Little boy hired a
Jade's
penis.
penis. Get over
Little
it.
lad.
Little
thank you very
lad.
much.
I don't like
Jade's
this.
penis, otherwise known as Little Lad.
No, no, no,
At least call him Drake's penis. Thank you.
no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you.
And it's penis.
Penis.
Fifth, fifth.
Not an S, it's a TH.
Wow, monkeys.
So, you guys all gather, and that puts you at 9, I believe, at this establishment.
Because we got 1, 2, 3.
So we got
4,
5 in the party,
5,
6 for Drake's penis. Then you
7,
got 3.
8, 9.
Mhm. You can grab one if you want.
What is with D&D and having gnomes who are obsessed with these things?
Gnomes who are obsessed with what?
Nibs is going to try to put the other couple portions in storage.
Okay, you're more than welcome to try. So, Jack joins you guys in
Jack,
a
that's
kind
his
of
name?
back room. Yeah, the gold
Jack.
dragonborn,
Oh.
who is in the back, who is the cook. He
Oh,
gets you guys. You know those like hibachi restaurants where they like cook it in front of you or whatever, and that's what he does. He's like serving you guys food, throws the egg up in the air and catches it. And over the hour between 8 and 9, you guys consume a hero's feast. So, there are benefits to this. You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at its end. The creature who partakes in the feast gains several benefits. You are cured of all diseases and poison, and become immune to the poison condition and damage, along with the frightened condition for 24 hours, and makes all wisdom saving throws at advantage. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, which I will roll now.
Hey.
Alright, so I need to put on resistance or immunity, I can't remember.
Immunity to poison.
Immunity to...
Immunity to frightened. So you guys all go up a temporary 14 HP. However, it is technically your hit point maximum, so those hit points can be re-healed. So just at your total HP, increase it by 14.
You do the override plus 14.
Oh, do we override or put temporary?
Override for
Or
now.
Override.
And then,
Override max.
Yeah.
Max
So
HP
that would-
modifier or
so
Yeah.
there was
Yeah, that actually
9,
looks
Yes, max HP modifier.
so
You said
Yeah.
10 more?
14.
14.
14. You roll 2d10. A good roll.
Yep.
Alright, so immune to. Wait, I didn't say grappled.
Immune to frightened, which is right next to grapple.
I fat fingered the fuck out
So
of it.
hold on.
Alright, you get another soda. I'm falling asleep over here.
Customize. What all are we immune to
How did
now?
my phone end up on
Frightened,
Zach.
poisoned,
Or, sorry,
and
James,
advantage
you're
on
getting it.
wisdom saves. I gotta figure out how to do
What if I already have it?
Then you're good. I just can't see where I can switch that. Proficiency, expertise. Nope. I just gotta. I can't
So
remember how to add it.
we're
Shit.
immune.
Immune to frightened and
And
poisoned.
and poison damage. So both the poisoned condition and the damage type, you are immune to it.
Poison. Immune to
Wait,
poison. Immune to grapple. Grapple.
Not grappled.
No.
I accidentally.
I'm so sorry. I missed all of that.
That's fine.
Wait. Okay, so just poison and poison.
Wait, poison.
Frightened
Frightened and poison.
Poison.
That's what it was.
and poison damage.
But how do I? change that.
if you want Nate to.
Defensive.
Yeah, go there, and then go customize, and then hit choose an option, immunity, and then click on
Oh,
the
okay.
options that
Gotcha,
it
gotcha.
said. Poisoned,
The
Right.
conditions, correct?
poison
Frightened.
damage.
Poison damage, the poisoned
Or-
condition, and the frightened condition.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
I don't know how to add the saving throw because
no.
I hit manage and it doesn't do anything. It just pops up talking about it.
Yeah, that's just something we're gonna have to remember.
Yeah.
Well, that's fancy.
Quite fancy. It is also delicious. Like, it is heckin' delectable. Probably the best meal you have ever had.
Oh, hello.
After all the time that Nibs has been storing food in bags of holding and different stuff, what should I roll to see how well I do at possibly storing this food?
You cannot. You physically cannot store a hero's rest. It lasts for an hour. A hero's feast lasts for an hour. That the food literally disappears at its end. So you may have shoved stuff into a bag, but it is gone. It is no longer in that bag as soon as the hour is completed.
So it takes an hour to eat, and then the food disappears?
Yes, everything disappears. So you may have stuffed stuff in your bag
Well,
before that
if,
hour was done.
if Nibs would have known that, then I would have given Dog one
Okay.
of the portions.
Are you guys taking dog with you?
We haven't
Yeah.
worked it out. Dog is not fire resistant.
Yeah, we decided not to take
Okay, so as we are preparing to
Are you going to give Twig the rest of it? See if
burn
this guy
out,
can eat it?
there are some questions that you guys need to discuss before going. We can turn to the map for some of it. Where and what gate are you guys entering the city from?
Wait, are we using Haskramorb or whatever warp?
No, the
How are we
Haskram Orb is a get out of jail free card to throw a gravitational surge. You guys are using the scroll of
Yeah.
No, we have
interdimensional travel.
Yeah.
That's what I meant, sorry.
Yeah, which Nari has. Yeah. So, up to this point, you guys will be primarily in 3 areas of the city: the Foundry, and that whole area, possibly some in the Arches of Dracula, and then the Plume. So, off of that, you guys should decide where you guys entering the city.
We hired a brain.
We should consult Sid Brain.
Yeah.
Is that your thing?
You hired a warlock.
Who's been there recently. So I think these two should talk
Wait
about
a
it.
second. What is his patron? Who is his patron?
He's a genie warlock.
Okay, then that'd be a big deal.
So there is an Afriti who is giving him his power.
Yes,
You do not know which one.
but not the demon, so we are good.
Yeah, not the demon.
Unless it's my dad,
Ah, yes.
then that's gonna suck. But that would be actually crappy.
Well, he's not helping you fight the Afriti. So,
Yeah,
he's
but that
helping
doesn't
you
mean
fight
he's
them.
not gonna turn me over or turn us over to the free either.
Yeah. Well, he's there to kill a devil. So
Yeah.
that's his job. He seems fairly discreet. He seems professional. Either way. So as you guys are discussing, well, where y'all wanting to enter the city?
Pizza tax.
Nice.
Where are
I think over where we're gonna be staying,
Where are we staying?
so closer to the Plume, right?
Alright, well, if we're wanting to stay near the Plume, probably the Golden Gate would work the best. Which is the one literally right under Thomas's nose.
Probably.
Oh, I see.
So this is the Golden Gate here. And you guys would be kind of going through the parade ground before making your way up through into the Plume.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good. So I don't really see much of a entrance on the other side, unless we go all the way down here to the harbor, or potentially on the Zenad Bridge.
Yeah, so the Zenad Bridge you could teleport to, but
It's under lava, though.
yeah,
It's just the words, but
there is the harbor and the Magma Gate and all that on the south end of the city. But mostly this area is for docks and ports. So So you guys will be entering into the
Golden
place
Gate.
through the Golden Gate. Secondly, will you guys be staying at the place that Mikhail has previously, which was Advar's Adventurous Party Place?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Does the guy have an issue with that?
He does not seem to have an issue with that. He doesn't seem to know the place particularly, but the plume is fairly well populated. So there's a lot of taverns there. Some other things that you guys might want to discuss between yourselves before heading there. Is this going to be a long game, or are you going to try and get in and get out? Which target you guys might be going for first? And then what Claire posted in the group chat earlier today.
I would definitely say I think this is going to be a get in, get out.
We should probably, we'll get in, get out, but we should
I
probably,
think maybe a couple days is reasonable.
Yeah.
but we should
Couple
probably,
days of
five?
recon, yeah.
we should probably
Few
take
days
care
of
of first
recon.
shit first.
Then just because I don't want us to jump in blindly either.
Yeah. I'd say 3 to 5 is probably a good target
Yeah.
for days there.
And if we can get it done sooner, cool. But
And which target do you think you guys will be going for first?
well,
So
um,
I know this is personal for you, but our target is the devil.
yeah.
That's what we hired the guy for. I don't think we should mention going after your dad at all around this guy.
I wouldn't say that would be necessary.
So, that's
The only thing that I could see going to my father's house for at all, or being anywhere near him, would just be to talk to the contacts, essentially, or the people I used to know, and see if they would be of any help, or me going by myself to see if they know anything about my mother or what happened to my mother, which would be just a Nari thing. Nari's kind of
but you haven't told that.
planning on doing that, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be saying
What's up
that.
to
You
you?
just process it.
So, which target would you guys say you would be going for first?
Well, since we're only aware that we're going after one target,
Yeah.
It would be devil.
it would
Yeah.
be the devil.
Okay.
That's what had to be clarified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you guys prepare. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on the prime material plane before departing to the city of Ras?
Be up another 3 levels. We're all level 9, correct?
Yep.
That's where we're at still?
No, I am changing.
Oh, well. Hey, James. You should get out from under there. Hey,
Can I
Bubba,
leave some
you're gonna
stuff
hit
behind?
Say what?
I'll go ahead and leave some stuff behind, I guess.
With dog,
Like, where are we keeping things? Yeah, with dog.
Who is
Probably
keeping
like
dog?
anything that would
Oh,
perish.
did he just...
And
No, he didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he did not. I don't know what just said it to do that, but...
Chicha, 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 chicha.
Okay. So, any last ticket items?
No, I don't. I think we eat the meal and then we leave. That was, I believe, the.
Yes, Nari.
Nari, while she's getting ready in the morning, is going to write a note to her mother in case she can't get to her or whatever while she's there.
Okay.
Or
Do you want to tell me what that wisdom saving throw from your previous evening was?
12.
12? You do not lose a point of sanity.
Hey, what you doing? Hey. Wait.
push the nice, pretty light under
No.
Okay.
No pushing lights.
Yeah, because if you push the light there, you turn off internet.
Yeah, that would suck.
So,
James.
as you guys prepare
Don't
to
sit up,
depart,
child.
it's so funny having a kid show going on while I'm describing entering this play. Okay,
Turn down Miss Rachel.
so
I'm not really watching.
as Nari, seeing that everyone is ready to go, you pull out the scroll that you were given by the council of the Titans. The scroll of interplanar movement. Remember, this 4-use scroll was told that it can get you pretty much anywhere, especially if you had been there before. So thinking back to home, to your birthplace, to your birth plane.
Yeah.
While you never spent time around the Golden Gate, that was in an area of the city you did not spend much time, you still know the general vicinity. And upon that, you close your eyes, you open the scroll, and then you begin to read. As time continues, it takes about a minute of reading through until you cut yourself ever so slightly and place it onto the bottom of the scroll as a final material component to cast this spell. And as it does, the paper burns a bright red. It does not incinerate because it has 4 charges.
Yeah.
But it burns a bright red, almost hot to the touch, even for you. And as you do that, you set it down, and as you set it down, a rune appears on the ground that spreads out into this circular rune about 10 feet in diameter. And as you guys are all standing there, you kind of beckon for the group to come into the circle, and you all immediately feel hot as flame begins to erupt around you in a dome and then encapsulate you and close in towards this scroll. And as it closes in, you guys almost are pushed against each other, trying to shy away from the flame. And then the flame is gone. And you guys find yourself in a fairly mountainous region, surprisingly, full of molten rock and flames surrounding you. You guys find yourself standing on a brass road, almost like made of bricks, but of brass. It's about 15 to 20 feet wide, looking from end to end. Everyone give me a perception check.
Perception?
Perception, yeah.
23.
24.
Yeah, 20. Hey, I've been rolling shit all the rest of the day, even in my practice ones, so maybe there's something going for me. Oh, do you want Pepsi?
Okay, so we got a nat 20, we got a 23. What else we got? 15.
Yeah.
Drake with a 16.
17 plus 8 is
25.
2 rolls between like a 7 to 2.
Okay. So as you guys, with your heads up, peer around, the first thing you notice is the immense heat. And it is... It's very spicy. It's 100% humidity, and it's
So it's not just hot, it's like wet hot.
it is a wet hot, and you guys would guess that it feels like a summer day in the middle of a plain with no trees, with the sun beating down on you. There is no wind. There is just humidity, and you would guess that it's, for you guys, probably somewhere around 110 to 115 degrees outside.
I don't sweat.
It is hot. You start to bleed oil.
Is that what he says?
My internal
Do you say
components
that?
are not oil.
Thomas, does
I am
does
lubricated,
Gordon-
though, so I
does
guess there is
Gordon
some
actually say it?
Well,
No.
did someone mention that they were sweating?
No, not yet.
Everyone immediately begins to sweat. Even those of you immune to fire kind of begin to have a bit of sweat appear on your brow. As you guys find yourself on this road, looking out kind of like a southwestern direction, you guys find just Molten Rock, which is towards Claire from that. So out that way. You guys are at the Golden Gate, so looking that way. You guys find just, Mount Doom.
Yeah.
Just molten spires of mountains and mounds of razor-sharp rocks with this singular, pretty much yellow brick road leading out into this wilderness. There are many dead trees, just an utterly terrifying place to try to walk through. And then you kind of turn to the other direction, and like a country bumpkin driving into New York City for the first time, you guys see the biggest city you guys have ever, laid your eyes upon. And you guys are those who live in Jelkalel, have visited other large cities in the past. This city dwarfs anything you have ever seen before. The walls around this city, made of pure gold, are standing somewhere around 100 to 120 feet tall, with massive brass ballistas with 15-foot-long javelins set inside of them, with brass tips, about every 100 yards or so. And the walls go in both directions, pretty much as far as you can see.
Damn.
And directly ahead, through this gate that you guys now see that there are some Afridi at, there are some fire genasi and some other fire elemental creatures. There are some Hargans, some Azers that are all attempting to get through the customs at the front gate. You guys see behind them a pillar of flame that you would guess, with how far away it is probably about a quarter mile wide.
Okay.
Going up into the sky, and you do not see its end. It does not end. And then you see the sky. There is no true sky as you guys know sky. It is merely a black industrial smoke that is clouds, that is covering the entire sky above you. There is no blue sky, there is no sun beating down on you, there is just heat. What do you guys want to do?
Cry, mostly.
Nibs,
Drink water.
Nibs is just gonna kind of walk up next to Nuri and reach up and just kind of take her hand like a small child.
Nari's gonna hold it.
And gay. Start walking for the gate, and I'm just gonna be like,
it's actually hetero.
I'm just gonna gesture with my thumb
In
towards
the loosest
us.
sense, because we're not even the same species. Hey, no.
Yeah, please do not let him turn that power cord off. That has the recording, that has the music, that has
the
everything.
shade.
That has the audio for Jade, yeah.
That has Jade's ears.
Oh yeah, it's like right here, right?
Yeah. Well, almost. To your right. Sorry, your left.
This way.
Yeah, straight up.
Right here?
No, straight above.
So take
where
your
you are.
hand,
Right
take
here?
your right hand, no. Go back to where you were. Take your right hand and put it directly above your head. Like literally on your forehead.
Yeah, right
Your
there.
pinky is touching it.
Nope, go back.
To your right,
Holy halibut!
up a little bit more.
Up a little more.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send
Alright.
a picture of
Center.
that.
I thought it was like the side.
Well, with you guys now in the city of Brass, what do you guys want to do?
All right, so
How do customs go?
we walk up to the doors to go in for customs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nari's gonna start sweating extra sweating. that doesn't make any sense. But
So you guys
But not
make your way up to the front gate.
Just give him a different name.
You guys wait
Yep.
about 15 to 20 minutes,
Is that what I should do?
and
Sorry.
there are two Afriti, two illuminated, at this front gate that seem to just be set there and are checking people in. They have like a checklist that is literally a stone tablet in front of them that they are marking things off on.
Brother, you're being loud.
He thinks he's the DM.
Bro, you gotta be able to speak in coherent sentences before you can DM.
I finally finished updating my spells from the long rest.
Sick.
Actually, hold on. I need to double check something.
Well, you check that.
But just so you know.
Your group of 6, including Trake's penis.
So what's his actual name?
Kevin.
His actual name is Petrus.
Oh, you tell him.
What is he?
He is a tiefling.
Pretty funny, huh?
Okay.
He is a
What is?
Pact of the Genie Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. Yeah.
You tell him. Get all over him for it.
My job is being taken over by a 1-year-old.
Does he say word?
He's so passionate.
He's
Yeah.
speaking baby.
Man, speaking in tongues
That's
right
awesome.
Yeah.
Barely hear him. That's cool.
now. You done with yours, Roy?
He's very quiet last time I saw him.
Oh, don't drink that Pepsi.
He's shaking the shit out of that Pepsi.
It's gonna be fun when it opens. Okay. he just pretended to drink it and went.
Yeah.
Dude, little man.
He's so cute. I would be mad at you, but you're so cute. So as you guys,
That was very
Step-
close, my man.
yeah, that was very close. As you guys step up to the Afriti, you guys find that these two tall, probably like 12 or 13 foot tall creatures, they have the equivalent of half plate worn on, with one of their shoulders still exposed, but the majority of their chest, stomach, and
Babes.
upper legs completely covered with this like molten steel of an armor. They each have a long spear set in their hands with a bow set to their back and a long sword at their hip. As you step up, you hear the one on the right say to you, "Newcomers, eh?"
Yep.
Something like that.
I'm gonna look over.
Well, I've been here once, but only the once.
Only the once.
Nope, nope, nope.
What would that name be under?
Mike?
Mike?
Yep.
There's a lot of Mikes. You gotta be more specific.
Mike Huntsworm.
Mike Huntsworm.
And we look over at penis.
And he kind of stares at you for a second. What was your form when you were here last?
This one.
Will you be maintaining that during your time in the city?
Yep.
Alrighty,
That's the plan.
if you could, and he sets out in front of you a little tablet for you to sign, and you read through it, and it's pretty much saying that you, Mike Huntsworm, hereby declare that I will stay in the form of Describes form while my time in the city of Brass as to not disturb the peace. And it goes through legal jargon for about another 2 paragraphs. He's like, if you would sign that before you enter. Alrighty. Thank you. Who's next?
Look at penis. He's been here before, right?
Yeah, Petrus kind of steps up.
Petrus.
Tetris,
Um,
Tetris,
Petrus.
Tetris,
Oh my gosh.
Tetris the penis. Penis Tetris. I'm sorry, you can continue.
He kind of steps up. Petrus to rock, and he kind of signs. And he doesn't have to do a signature because that's more of a changeling thing, just promising to stay in one form. So he steps forward, gives his name, all of that's set. Next. And you guys are kind of stepping off to the side, not stepping through the gate as you're signing.
I'm going to lead you by the hand and just kind of go up and go. Nibs, kind of reach up for the thing because they're pretty.
Would you have a last name?
It's like 9.
Nibs 9.
It's like, what do you? That was my first name they gave me was 9.
He kind of writes down Kobold, Blue Scales, and your companion.
I gotta look up. Nari.
Nari.
Last name?
10th.
Huh?
10th.
10th. As he's scribbling down.
I think that's funny. Claire thinks that's funny, not Nari.
Yeah.
Nari's
Nari just-
shaking in her boots. Nari's
Yeah,
not
Nari. Yeah.
laughing
Nibs
right now.
just like.
Wait, is that
Claire's
Nari's
laughing.
actual
Just like-
last name?
No, it's not.
It's like, don't worry, the rest are
As-
dead.
As he kind of looks down and peers at it, one moment, and him and the other Efreet go off to the side and begin to talk to each other, and he shows him the stone tablet, and then they bring it back. He steps back. So the real question is, how much trouble are we wanting to cause today?
I'm gonna say today. It depends on rules of the bar. Just like
Well, the bars of your kind will generally deal with your stupidity.
just like
However, we have Anari, daughter of Aset, who is still in the city.
I'm going cock my head.
I can smell her brand from here.
Your asset?
Oh,
Assad.
shit.
Assault.
You
Sorry.
can smell a brand? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They
What?
probably have
It's
heightened
infernal.
smell.
It's infernal.
It's a specific Afriti
Warden.
thing.
Wardens-
Really? I
It's
definitely didn't know this.
it's not necessarily a common thing that it's like, oh yeah, I could just smell a brand. It's the idea of these people can sense a brand.
if they-
It's how he just looked at me and knew I was a changeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Because originally I was kind of just gonna go with a whole different spiel, and then he did that, and I'm like,
I'm gonna
yep,
look up.
guess
and
I'm gonna just sign.
I was like, ah, I didn't know that was your name. I didn't know that was your last name. And then we got to turn back and go, well, she's on the list and she's got a brand. Then that would mean she got sold to someone who didn't check her out.
I don't know exact specifics. That's not my job. My job is to not let people in the city who are supposedly already in the city. However, he kind of looks to his friend. We're not as strict as some of the illuminated in the city.
Do we have any soul coins? What currency do they use here?
They use everything, bro. Gold,
Gold
electrum,
is big
soul
here.
coins. Gold is huge here. Everything runs on money.
Well, then we'll reach in and go, oh, we don't want that. He's like, well, then is there a fee to get this paperwork figured out?
If you were to procure, let's say, 1,200 gold pieces, we could bypass it towards the mainframe a bit quicker and get things settled here in 10 minutes.
Can I do an insight check to see if I can get him down?
1,000.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh, dang it.
75
Only
is my total.
18.
Warden
18?
steps up
Yeah, my 19
Warden steps
fell
up.
over.
and says, could I provide something of equal or greater value to 1,200 gold pieces?
Depends on what you are creating or selling for it.
If you give me a few minutes, I can use my fabrication to create some plate armor for you.
The plate of your realm that you could develop is minuscule in comparison to what the city of Brass can create itself. It would be worthless here. I'm trying
Plate
to do
armor
you
would
all
have
a
been.
favor.
I'm serious, but on 18, what would I know?
It's not smart to try and bargain here.
Okay. I'll just pay the.
You have 1,200 left.
I'll just hand over 1,200.
Okay, what is our total amount of cash right now?
I am under I have 359.
He is bleeding himself to get
For-
into the city.
And to make sure. Oh, I had a no. I didn't have advantage on that check.
You've got 1,000. What does Trey have?
Shrek has some good.
185, but I owe 750 to Penis.
So he has about like 800-900 on hand.
Okay.
1,000.
1,000. Well,
So
I'm the broke best friend here.
Yeah. So, but
So that's alright, I'll get you
I mean,
started.
straight up,
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Nibs paid the money to that, and then everything else is going to make sure that this goes as well for you as possible. So he
Yeah.
just forks over the money and goes, "Oh, we'll wait." And he's like, and he just kind of shrugs and goes, "The rest of it will it slow down the rest of us while this works out? Like, I'll step
We
the
will
side,
register some of the others.
and I'll step the side with
Okay.
Yeah.
And
and I'm
Just
still
kinda like squeeze. Thank you.
yeah, and I still got your hand.
Warden and Trake, you both register. And one of them steps back in on the other side of the gate while the other one registers you, and he deals with the paperwork. As you guys hand the gold over, you notice specifically they don't even try and hide it.
Last name.
He literally just takes the gold, looks inside, splits it in half, and hands half to the other dude, and they both just pocket it, like not even trying to hide it. And
Nice,
he
yeah.
steps back in, and then comes out. Nari, previously owned of Asset, would you happen to know who you were sold by? It is not registered.
I don't remember her name.
All right.
I was maybe 8.
Is there?
Would you like to go ahead and roll me a just flat wisdom check? So you would roll your d20 plus 0.
Is there a way? Could I talk to her about while they step aside? I'd like to assist her in this role by helping her to center herself by meditation while we wait. Is that acceptable? Trying to bring her.
It's gonna calm her down for sure. It's not going.
Is this before I answer?
This would.
Yeah,
be
that
before
was
your
why they were
roll.
talking.
I don't know if you're gonna be given a major bonus to the roll.
Can I give her guidance then?
Yeah, you can give her guidance for sure.
Hey, no, just a moment.
All right, added. You rolled it.
Yeah, I've rolled it.
Okay.
That's as good as you can get. So.
Cool. So
You will follow these to the end of yours.
Would they know if I gave them a fake name?
probably.
Are you reaching in?
Depends on certain things. I mean, they have very high insight rolls. You would guess that they have items or skills that allow them to see through illusions, and to see shape changers as they truly are, to see any previous brands that an Afriti would have had on them.
Are you going upstairs?
They would actually all like sense a
Okay, 'cause I
very
can bring everything
faint
up for you and all this food.
magical aura around
I
your
just brought all this
necks,
food down.
but it is not strong enough
Sorry.
for them
No.
to talk to you about.
I figured it was your late week, so if
Wait,
anything,
are
you
on
might
our
not
necks?
even.
You guys were
It
all
wasn't
collared
in
for an
the
extended period of
church
time.
dinner, so.
They can sense subjugation.
You are so
Okay.
warm.
They can sense subjugation.
Does that mean they can sense that I'm literally just a massive ball of energy?
Pretty much.
They
So,
can also see that I don't have,
everyone registers. Nari, what
don't
did
have
you
a
roll?
heartbeat.
Oh shit! Sorry. You said wisdom.
Mhm.
Not great.
Wait, what did they call me? Just an
Very not
automaton?
great.
They,
It's a saving throw.
No, just a flat wisdom roll. So, plus 0. Plus 4, actually, because of guidance.
This is just the beginning of
9?
We haven't even gotten in yet.
Okay.
This was.
They want to know who sold you because they want to go punish them.
Fairly. However, I would assume you are not
But
mentioning
I
your
also
mother.
don't know if she's even still alive. So this could give me a clue as to whether she's.
Okay. Will you mention her name?
Sure.
Yes.
You just say I don't know, but my mother's name was.
Yes. So, what was your mother's name?
Aurora.
Aurora? And so,
Okay, I would. You know, I'm dying to know whether she's alive or not. So yeah, I would. And if I plan on sneaking off to see her anyways, or to try and.
okay. So, you mentioned the name Aurora. And
I think it was. You know, I'd say something like that.
so they were asking who you were sold to.
Who I was sold to?
Oh, you don't know that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, so you would
Sorry.
still try and give them the information of this is who I was sold by. Maybe you can find the transaction through that. So I'm really trying to find something that fits this a little bit better.
Smooth jazz.
Oh yeah, smooth jazz.
Some baby making jazz.
Oh,
Baby making
yes,
jazz.
sir. Get some house in here.
No.
So he kind of
Bruh. That's so cool.
he steps away and again looks the name up.
Did you take mine? Yeah.
This is something attack
What is this supposed to mean, Jade?
Although it's also like the coolest gold.
He's squishing the T and the R together, so it's fake Cotone instead of Drake.
Fake Cotone.
And yes, and his last name, Cotone, he is aware that that is not his given last name, but he's using it anyway.
It's just a little tiny dot.
Okay. The Afriti comes back.
Sorry, I'm just getting ready from it.
I'm not gonna yell at you.
Plus details.
It's never stopped before.
Fair.
Also cleaning up the design service.
So the Afriti comes back out
Yeah.
and says, "There is an Aurora in the city.
Kari's gonna
Her
prove
whereabouts, however, are unknown. We will be attempting to find her to attempt to process this information. If you were sold earlier in time, and at this point in time have since freed yourself or been freed by your master, then it will be fine. However, there will be another small processing fee, as this is complicated for us to deal with in slightest. Another 250 gold would allow you to enter the city. However, if you were caught in an infraction, it would be the most
Immediate
serious
death, essentially.
offense.
Yeah.
So we gave him 1,200 gold to split, so that they could
Just so
turn
they
around.
could what?
So they could turn around and go. You can.
So that they could turn around and say, okay, we're going to ignore the fact that it says she's already in the city. Now, they don't even have registration of how she got, like,
How
anywhere.
I left.
So this is to now register as now a freed slave. So
As a freed slave or just getting back in there? Because they said
This
that's not
is
exactly.
to register you as a free entity at this point. Because you were there registered as a slave, and you are saying that you left as a slave. This 250 is to register you as free now in the city of Brass.
Got it.
And then the highest infraction is if she's lying about having
No,
been
no,
freed.
no, no. If
No, if
I
she
get
gets
caught
caught
in
in
an
an
infraction,
infraction.
it is immediate death.
Or slavery, dependent upon the infraction. Either way, there is no, you get a little fine and jail time. No, there is just worst offense possible.
Gotcha.
Don't steal
Okay.
fruitcakes.
Don't steal fruitcakes. Wasn't that? What am I? I mean, I'll pitch in the 75 gold that I have, but that will.
Warden
don't have
walks
anything.
up and hands a bag of 250 gold.
Okay. As he takes it, he kind of opens it up, thumbs through, sets it to the side. Welcome back to the city of Brass. I hope you enjoy your stay. Be careful with the curfew. We are morning at this point, so you won't have to deal with it until this evening. But be very careful about it. He goes through the spiel of the general infractions. If
What
you're,
time is it right now?
it is the equivalent of morning, like mid-morning at this
It's
point.
like 10
Yeah.
ish.
There's like a bell or a toll or something. At
On
It's
the
an hour before, right?
Is it a,
Half hour before.
Half hour.
what is it, half hour before?
Half hour before, illuminated or walking the streets, ringing bells and gongs and
Bring
such.
up the dead.
Bring out your dead.
Okay.
So, you guys step in to the city of Brass and are immediately hit. Like, as soon as you step through the plane of that gate, hit with the smell of, like, molten rock and sulfur. And I almost want to say, like, exhaust smoke. Like,
Who
you
shot
guys.
themselves?
Yeah, like, what demon or ghost shat himself to put sulfur and smoke all over the place, and it almost fills your lungs immediately. It is just a disgusting place to breathe air in. And that is entering through the Golden Gate. You guys immediately find yourself in kind of like a parade grounds, dead ahead. It's not as tightly packed in terms of buildings, there's more open space. It's almost as though a park, the best equivalent of. There are trees which are really just jagged sections of bark and wood that have no leaves, no branches, just like a spiked bush with no green on it. It is just the twigs. And those are kind of littered throughout this little open square. However, Mikhail immediately kind of enters in and kind of leads you guys down a road to the left as you guys find yourself actually in a far more, humane side of the city. Passerbys you guys mostly recognize as one of 4 different types of peoples. Those being either the Afriti, which are obviously the fire genie, the Azers, which are few and far between in this section of the city. They mostly live in the Kefin Spires, which is down to the left. And they are kind of dwarf-like creatures with armor set around them, but they're quite legitimately made of flame. They just got a plume of fire coming out of their forehead as hair. All of them are just like wearing heavy chunks of metal as though they're smiths. There are, and even rarer, the salamanders, who are, maybe you guys see one, but it is pretty much a huge lizard walking on 2 legs, completely made of flame. And then lastly are the Hargans, which are actually probably the most grounded and recognizable. They're pretty much goblins with like little red veins bulging from them. And again, hair of flame. However, those also are fairly rare. The majority of the creatures you pass by are the Afriti. You guys continue to make your way north into the plume, upon which you guys actually begin to encounter some other races, primarily red dragonborn or gold dragonborn, just dragonborn in general. Actually, there are a fair few here. There are quite a few tieflings. There are your odd, like Goliath, human, elf, dwarf, but it's not necessarily a common place for you to see adventurers other than in the plume. So even though there are still mostly Afriti walking about, you guys actually see some normal people as you would know them. As you guys continue up to the plume, you guys end up finding a tavern that Mikhail points you to as the place that he has previously stayed. And when you all see it, you immediately want to barf, as it is completely like rainbow colored and just extravagant. On the front, there is a little gate that you have to open up like into a garden area that is actually green. Like it is blooming with flowers and grass. It's beautiful after seeing these molten and brass roads all over the place and these jagged wooden trees with no leaves. You guys kind of step in and the heat almost immediately kind of like falls away from your skin. As you guys step up to the door and open it up, there is an absolute rager going on inside as you guys see an old, and when I say old, I mean old man who is straight holding a keg above his head with an arcane hand and is just pouring it on his face. And that's the first thing that catches your eye on the bar. Across the room there is a multitude of different races. There are halflings, there are humans. This is going to be the place of normalcy for you guys. Inside there's chug, 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 as there are 15 people sitting around this old dude just straight chugging beer from a keg.
Warden turns to
damn.
Warden turns to the 2 most rowdy of the party when it comes to taverns. So that's Nari and well, the two that are holding hands probably still.
Yes.
Sus.
I think Nari's starting to like harden up again because she doesn't want to like appear
Yeah, as soon as
super vulnerable
as
anymore.
soon as we get through, we do that, and
That
we'll
was
start
the
to,
thing, she was one
as
of
soon
them.
as we start to walk through and do that, he's gonna just kind of he's hunched and taken on almost like a childlike, like very much. I'm like the little one looking to you for comfort is what it looks like. Completely taking on the pros that. Oh, you little person, you're my protector. Allowing you to still hold hands, but put that face.
Yeah.
Okay. Warden turns to you two. Please behave yourself in this room. Or else I will
I'm just gonna give him a little.
purify your alcoholic beverages.
You wouldn't dare.
I could.
We're in the bar. Are most of the people here look more like visitors?
Although
Yes.
the spell that I think
I'm
I've
gonna, like, go
prepared would
overhand,
purify
I'm gonna
all of the beverages
Take a
in
shake
the
and go.
entire
I'm gonna go. I'll go.
Piss people off.
I'll look at you and go. Well, if you mean by purify, making it 100%, then sure.
are all for it.
Let's improve the drink so completely.
This is not a water into wine. This is wine into water.
Roger. Nice.
Murder.
Okay. Bored. My ear just popped.
Now,
So, you guys enter into this establishment, and again, it is going absolutely crazy. I don't know why this is not playing anything right now.
Just to piss you off.
I feel like it really is. It's too much.
Maybe you're too picky.
Maybe you're just needing to shut up.
Probably.
Probably.
So as you guys step in, Petrus kind of immediately goes off to the side and finds himself just a table to sit at, just a two-chair table. He pulls out his tome and begins reading. As you guys enter, this, again, old man sitting on the bar who, Mikhail, it takes you a second to recognize, but that is Advar. This is his establishment, and he's a dude that you didn't get to talk to much because you're mostly exploring the city. But from what you know, he's old. And when someone is old to you, that means they're probably a couple thousand years old. And he's been here for a very long time, and he's absolutely batshit crazy. And you love it. So he's sitting there, and he's chugging. And you guys see him finish, wipe his, like, nasty white beard that has almost turned brown from all of the, like, ale that has begun to stain it. Just wipes it, and he just, as he wipes, it literally turns to a pristine white beard again, as he, like, prestidigitates his face going across. And looking down and about, he's, oh dear, new visitors! Welcome, welcome to Advar's party place. What can I do for you?
It's been a while, my old friend.
He kind of squints at you.
The
Mike?
pause before.
It's been a minute. Where's your sister? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siblings have that every. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
What's the stay for this time? Another visit?
Yeah. I decided to bring some friends along.
Nibs is gonna look up at, kind of look up at you and go, wow, we made it to friends. It's like, I wasn't sure there for a while.
Friends. I know you're talking bullshit, but I don't give a fuck. Welcome. So, Mike, you know ahead of time, this place is actually free. It is free to stay, and food and drink is free. However, there is a lot of dangerous people that come through here, because those coming to the city of Brass are generally not necessarily the best of people. They're here to either transport goods, or aka slaves, or pick them up. There are very few that you would consider like genuinely good parties that come through this area.
Mm-hmm.
It's free, but he doesn't give a fuck what happens. He just cleans up and fines whoever messes up his place. So the majority of the people here probably are more than okay with slavery, as that's probably their job here. However, again, completely free to stay. The rooms are pretty nice. The drinks and food is pretty nice. So he just kind of steps over. So, okay.
He'll pull out a brownie and be like, I brought you a present, my old friend.
Oh, a present. What can I expect from this, Mr. Mike?
Fun.
Fun? What kind of fun? Are we talking I'm going to be tripping balls, I'm going to be sleeping, or I'm going to be bouncing off the walls?
When he says tripping balls, I'm gonna be like,
Or all three.
All of the above.
So I'll be sleeping, tripping balls, and bouncing off the walls.
more like
In succession.
In succession. But which one's first? That really depends.
Well, it depends on the person, actually.
Quite intriguing. All right, friend. And he just takes it, and his jaw unhinges, and he shoves it in, and then closes it and begins to eat it.
What is he?
He's a human.
Ish.
Jaw unhinges.
What'd you say?
How does he unhinge his jaw then?
You got no clue.
Can I roll insight on that?
That's not an insight. That would be more like an arcana.
I'll take it.
I'll run an analysis. Just
Well.
in the background too.
12? You have no clue.
What do
He's
I roll, Arcana?
very obviously a powerful magic practitioner.
Oh, 5 plus 8 is 13.
I was gonna say, you've got a pretty dang good arcana, too.
Yeah, I know. 5 plus 8, so.
No, mine's +1.
Yeah, he's got a +8.
Level.
Either way, so you have no clue how he's done that, and so he eats it. Not kicking in yet. It'll be an interesting trip for sure. Well, you want some keys?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Let me go get those for you. And he kind of like wobbles over and picks up a pair of keys. You know, the rooms are you can get pretty big rooms, and so he kind of like throws them over at you. And there are 2 keys, and these keys are about the size of this water bottle.
Nice.
They are very, very large keys, and you kind of nod to him. And the 2 rooms upstairs, when I say rooms, they're like penthouse suites with 4 bedrooms apiece and set up. So you guys have plenty of room to have rooms to yourself and stuff. Even though this tavern maybe looked like a 1,200 square foot house from the outside that's 2 stories, it is very obviously much, 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 much larger on the inside.
It's like the entire like Disney's like theme park inside of that size.
It could be if he wanted it to be. I wouldn't say it's that big off the bat. It's more like you just walked into a like actual hotel, like a modern day comfort inn. So you guys kind of step in. You guys have places to find your rooms. You have a crazy batshit old wizard to talk to if you want. What is your guys' starting point in the city of Brass?
That's why we hired Penis. We don't really have a clue.
So you guys hired someone to make a plan for you without putting that in his job description.
No, we were very specific. We don't have a clue. We're hiring you for brains. Remember? That's why I was like, we're too dumb to figure this shit out. We're hiring you more because we need someone with better intelligence to help figure out this thing. I was very specific on that one. I don't know. I figured they'd talk it out. Nibs is just here for Nari.
Okay. So finding yourselves in like the dining room of one of these suites, which is just completely lavish. Like it is like like your Chinese cabinetry dishware, your pristine wine glasses, food and drink set pretty much everywhere. There's fruits. There's cuisine of the elemental plane of fire set out, which is mostly just like burned food. There's some stuff that would be
burned chicken. How about burned other chicken?
Have you ever had crispy bacon? Wait, that's normal. So we're gonna actually just wait because we only have
They're
3
cutting
people
that tree
here.
down.
Yeah.
What would you roll that purify food and drink? I can
Okie doke.
I can use it to remove the toxins effect of alcohol.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. He texted me saying his computer died. So
I know that there are often times where like you can also use it to purify any other toxin that may be inside of an alcoholic drink without removing the alcoholic effect. But
yeah, you can.
Is purify food and drink more like a kind of caster's choice kind of thing where it's like this is what I'm trying to purify?
I allow a lot of freedom in that.
Okay. I mean, it's a very situational stuff. So.
Yeah.
Well, too bad. I guess you guys are off the hook for just tonight. Unless I gag you. And tie you up with a hook that's connected to my arm.
Recognize at this point you guys only have
But the next night I'll have purified for a drink.
about another 22 hours of your hero's feast.
Oh, well, so you're already basically immune to poison anyways.
We
So
can't
you
get
can't
drunk.
even get...
So they can't even get drunk right now.
Perfect.
So that's perfect for right now, but that's also a very, very useful spell to have set on you in a combat.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
For combat.
For combats.
For purify food and drink?
No.
Hero's Feast.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
extra health pool. The advantage on wisdom saving throws. Resistant.
that's-
complete immunity to
okay.
2 different.
I was
Very
I
dangerous
was super
conditions.
confused for a minute. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like purify his urine or something? And
Yes.
he's just gonna have a
He's gonna piss blood.
he's gonna have a urinary tract infection
Bro,
because
honestly, that is a terrifying thought. Just pissing straight blood.
Oh, it's horrible.
it can
like-
happen.
With little, like a drop or 2 in there is like, oh, that's weird. I don't like that at all. But like just a straight stream of blood is.
It's like arterial spray.
Claire, what's it like
Yeah.
to pee blood?
Oddly specific.
I know what it's like to shit blood, but
Okay, so we are still waiting for Jade to come back. His
Wow.
So from my last visit here, hanging out with my old buddy Advar, how discreet is he?
Advar, he's pretty discreet. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, legitimately, that is
Gives
the best way to
zero
describe it.
shits.
He does not care about anything, and he has been here so long. He is so well established. He is older than most of the Afriti.
Wait, how does he get paid if we don't pay for our rooms?
beverages.
He's
Food?
a 20th level wizard. He has ways of making money that do not require him to actually be present for it.
He just wants to have a 24/7 party.
Yes, that is
yeah,
exactly
when you're
it.
that old, of course you do.
Bro is past retirement, and he started a Roth at 2 years old. So, like, he's doing great.
Yeah. Would I think it'd be a smart choice to ask him where we could find a devil?
I
Straight
mean,
up.
He would be able to tell you where. I mean, he probably would. You might want to be a little discreet and not ask him in front of other people, but probably he wouldn't give a damn.
Okay. Yeah.
Do they have a coliseum?
Like a full-on Coliseum?
I don't know. Like
There-
a coliseum where we could just go fight a devil. You never know.
There is. The devil you're looking for would not be in the fighting pits.
He has to be higher level.
Has to be much, much, much more powerful.
I mean, that would be really funny if, like, in the fighting pits there was a really powerful devil, and we just so happened to throw the jar out there right when it died.
So funny.
That would be funny.
It
Because
would-
then we would go
That
there.
would be such a hack that you would not let us do. But it would be.
He wouldn't allow us to do it because he'd be like, "Oh, the devil's not behind it."
The devil must have his due.
Well, how I am setting it, the devil must have a CR rating of 17 or higher.
Jesus Christ.
Which for you guys, a CR 17 creature is a past deadly encounter.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Now, you guys... CR sucks at rating, like, what actually is deadly or not. So, while the creature I have set it, CR high teens, it's still a very, very difficult fight, but...
It's possible we could live.
How's my motor control? I forgot to ask.
It's doing better. You're not quite there. Probably a couple more days.
So still disadvantage on my... Well, not disadvantage, but still negatives on my use of arms.
Yes.
All use of arms, or...
You're down to a -1 at this point. You started at -3. Your nat 20 knocked one off just immediately. If you remember that nat 20 roll.
Yeah, that's my luck.
Don't kick the table! No! So, Mikhail, are you wishing to ask your question?
Yeah, I'd probably call him up to the rooms.
Okay.
Does he do room calls?
You get one of his simulacrums.
Good
not
enough.
the man himself. And he kind of steps up. This one is not straight tripping balls, but is definitely heavily inebriated. And he kind of steps in. What's up, Mike? What can I do for you?
So I'm looking for a devil, a powerful devil.
A powerful devil?
Yeah, one you don't like.
One I don't like? Well, I don't like any of those fuckers.
Cool.
We want to kill him.
I have a specific kind of name or specific guy you're going for? What's up, Jade? Is he back? Continue.
Well, you see, long story short, we need magic. To get magic, we need souls. To get souls, we need to kill something, and we need a devil, and he's big, he's powerful, we need a soul. You get the picture.
Yes.
I get about half of that. That makes no sense.
It makes
well,
so
is
much
it,
sense. I
Harry?
got you.
Here's the big thing. The Embassy of the Hells is in the Char, south of the furnace, in between the Char and the Foundry. It's right on the street of Stala. It's, I believe, just north of the Plaza of the Hunters. It's a big old place. You can't miss it. If it's a powerful devil and he has big reason of being around, I mean, that's probably where he stays. Some of the bigger devils move about a little bit more, but some of them even have their own place. If you're looking for one specifically, then I might be able to give you a little bit more information. But other than that, I can't really do much for you. I can just tell you most of them will probably be in that area. You'll probably find some in the arches if you're really looking for them. They like to peruse.
The slave markets?
Yes.
Wait, if we can't kill anybody, how are we going to kill something that is going to be a very big fight?
I mean, we can't kill anybody.
If we kill anybody, we get nuked.
We get in nuke trouble.
Be careful about it.
Oh.
Don't do it in broad daylight. Try and
Don't
get
do it
them
in
off
the
on
middle
their
of the
own.
market. Do it in their hotel room.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not really killing him if he has a soul in a jar, you know?
Yeah,
But
we're
we
just
already
removing
figured out-
his mortal coil.
We already figured out that the
Semi-mortal.
overseer guy that's holding this whole plane in existence doesn't really give a fuck if someone dies, unless it's someone he cares, like that's important or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Advar is an old dude who doesn't care, and he has tenure in the City of Brass. Or the equivalent of tenure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So you got anything specifically you're looking to get information on?
I don't think I have much to go on aside from just needing something like a powerful one, realistically.
Powerful
right?
devil? I mean, there has been a name mentioned about one specific devil.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I say that name.
That name Ketharak?
Yes.
Ketharak. You see him close his eyes and then cast a spell. He's like, oh, yeah. All right. How much do you know about the guy?
Is he just like Scry?
No, Scry takes a little longer. More like a legend lore, just remembering what he
I
knows.
was gonna say, I know what legend lore is.
I will kind of tell him briefly what I know about him.
Okay. So, he kind of takes it into consideration. Well, big thing I know is he's one of the two, I don't know. He's called, he has many titles. He's one of the Molten Rocks of the Ring of Smoldering Chains. That being the council that kind of oversees and pervades the movement of slaves and such inside the City of Brass. The commercial movement of slaves, not the private. So he's quite the interesting fellow. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with him in the past. I do not know of any residents of his, so I would say he likely lives in the MC of the Hells. But knowing cunts like that, they probably move around the city. So you might be able to find him at a tavern every once in a while. He'll never be himself there. He'll probably be disguised or something of that sort. He's gonna be a tough cookie. He's been around a while, about as long as I have.
Wow.
He's an old guy.
Where did he live?
Go ahead.
Where did he live?
He sleeps generally. His technical address would be on the street of Stala in the MC of the Hells. That doesn't mean he sleeps there every night. Go ahead.
I guess that's the only lead we have.
Where does he work? If he's one of the two molten rocks.
Well, he works with the full council of the Smoldering Chains. That council being, one moment, he kind of closes his eyes and again casts legend lore. You kind of get the idea that that's his way of, like, remembering things. He's like, so the Ring of Smoldering Chains has 5 members. There is Ketharak, the Molten Rock, the most knowing, Master of Wisdom and Slaver of Minds. You already know a little bit about him. There is Pa Sa'at, the Master of Chains. He is the other Molten Rock, aka the other head of this ring, the dual serpent heads on its end. He is a Vassar of the Sultan, and he is the Afriti's head in this ring. There is Kirut, the Master of Imports, pretty much organizing with the other Afriti outposts throughout the multiverse to bringing the said slaves they have captured to the city itself. Then there is Asat, Master of Goods Transport, and lastly, Layat, the Master of Bondage.
Nice.
You don't want to meet Layat. Honestly, the rest of them could be plenty fine to talk to. Unless you're into that BDSM kind of stuff, which, you know, I may dabble in every once in a while.
Clara's gonna, like, if she overhears that.
Oh,
I'm gonna
all
look,
of you are there.
I mean,
I'm gonna
everyone's
look
there.
over at Penis and Little Man
Okay.
and
Little
go
lad.
and look at the little lad and go. I just kind of look at his hand where the fire was, and then kind of look over at Penis's butt to make sure there's no handprints, and be like,
Penis has not been touched at this point.
yeah. And then just kind of do this shake thing, and then. But Nibs' persona is almost childlike. I am not being, since we've come into the city, he is acting very meek and scared. That's what he appears to all. He's not coming across like his normal self. I mean, I
Even
guess.
in that like look of confusion or
Yeah, playing like I'm not at all acting. Yeah, I'm acting like a small child almost, or a very dumb kobold, which is very typical of them.
Yes.
Well, Trix,
Warden's just been
I would
kind
say
of standing
lean down to you, but that's not really what's happening.
You just lean
Just
over.
kind of go over. Yeah, just stop. Very simple.
I'm just kind of gonna jump when you say that and kind of scuttle behind Ari's legs.
Warden's been standing there with all forearms crossed, but he's been like tapping fingers in like asynchronous, disconnecting the hands, just asynchronous tapping his fingers. But like you can't tell where he's looking. He's just like his head is like completely straight up. Like he just like I don't really. This isn't my expertise kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's also just kind of in his head.
Well, is there any other major questions you would have for this one magnificent Advar before I go and down another keg?
One last question. Where does the Ring of the Smoldering Chains typically meet?
There is multiple places that they meet. There's a couple in the furnace, which you obviously will not have access to. I believe Asat's establishment, Hasserine Estates, has one of the meeting rooms. And I believe there is also one somewhere down south. I would guess it was somewhere more around Marlgate, but I do not know of it myself. And then sometimes they meet elsewhere. However, it's pretty well assumed that it's just them meeting there and then teleporting somewhere else to meet together. And either way, I would very much recommend not trying to barge into one of those meetings.
That's fair. I wasn't gonna barge in on that. I'm not looking to tangle with any Afridi while I'm here. Alright, well thank you. Have fun with your keg stand.
Oh, I quite will. It will be magnificent. Are you sure you don't want to join?
Maybe later. I bet I can beat you.
That's incomprehensible, but I'll take the challenge. And he just disappears.
We're alone now.
You guys are alone now. As alone as you can be in a powerful wizard's demiplane / magnificent mansion.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Nibs is gonna just kind of look around at everybody, scuttle over to you, and climb up to your shoulder.
Nibs, cut it out.
What?
I'm gonna roll my eyes and go, apparently subtlety is not anything that you're aware of, in this totally different voice. It's like, subtlety.
You can be just and subtle without being a child about it. Okay, where are we going next?
Well, could just storm the embassy. We'll probably die though.
Patris
Seems like a bad
speaks.
idea.
Patris kind of speaks up. That is quite possibly the dumbest idea I have ever heard.
Well, yeah, that.
Is there a back door?
No. Look, you all hired me to be a brain for you, so how about we go, we scout out the embassy, we figure some things out, we try and find some sort of schedule upon which this group meets, and your friend here is a cleric, correct?
Yeah.
Or some of you must have the magical capability to scry or to set some
Warden
sort
is
of
still
device of listening.
Warden is still
Upon them.
spaced out.
Is he listening to me?
What?
I'm looking. Can I prepare? I mean,
Warden
I
turns
have
and
a
looks at you.
cleric, I don't
Where are
know.
you down?
You could not prepare a scry. You could not prepare a 5th level spell.
Okay.
Warden kind of looks down at you and is like, "Yes, bird."
He was asking you a question.
Oh,
would you happen to have the capability to scry?
What's your name again?
They're calling me Penis for some reason. My name is Petrus.
Penis.
Fuck you.
Horned one. Okay.
You know it makes sense. It's too late.
You actually say that.
Never mind, it's too late. I'm immune to fire, you're immune to fire.
Anyways, horned one. Yes, I do have scrying. However, I would need time to prepare it.
Yes, well, what I'm pointing out, in fact, I believe little one over here could do something similar, perhaps having two people capable of doing it at the same time to increase odds would be a good idea. Try to find schedule of when a meeting of this kind would occur, and from there we can try to decipher which one would be the easiest target for that kind of a spell, as it does require penetrating through their mental capacities. Obviously, Ketharak would probably not be the best idea. Or Passat, since they are the more powerful of the group.
As far as attacking?
No, Scry requires them to
Scry.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, targeting one that would probably be the weakest in that regards, so that you could listen into the conversation of the Ring of Smoldering Chains.
Sounds dangerous.
Yes, but it was a lot better than going and standing out on a curve.
Or going in blind.
Was it really?
At the very least, you'll have a little bit more information and possibly ways to single out other members of that.
Do they have a means to... Well, no. Since he wore the collar, he stinks of submission.
Subjugation.
Subjugation. So even if he took on the form of one of these other creatures, he would stink.
Who? Him?
Yes.
Yes, and he is also sworn to stay in
Wait,
his form.
okay, but if we've been freed, then why are we...
We're still tainted for the time being. It takes a while for it to...
We had extremely powerful magics on our
Gotcha.
person.
Like,
for
if we
a
came
long
back in
time.
like 20 years, it probably wouldn't still be there.
Yeah.
Yours would, because you're
Potentially.
Warden asks.
I was gonna say, I've been branded, so...
Yeah, you've been claimed.
Horned one.
Tried to burn it off.
Yes. What is your name again?
They call me Warden.
Warden. All right. Yes, Warden.
I wasn't talking to you. I was
What is it with everyone's fascination here and that of genitalia?
I do not
Said
have
peanut
genitalia.
I said
Pea
brain.
brain.
I
Like,
heard something different. I apologize. I've been hanging around your group
Little lad and
too often.
penis. Man,
That was a name that was given to me. All right, I did not choose it.
why are you arguing with me about this? We hired this guy for his intellect. He's arguing with me about his name. His
well,
nickname. people.
we can't get
Why
it right.
did we hire him? You! Why would you hire him?
I do not have genitalia. Anyways, horned one.
Yes. I have three.
I love this. I love this.
This is so freaking dumb.
It
Nothing
is.
to do
It
with
is.
anything. That's such a
Would we
fucking
be able
Yes,
to?
important thing to
Would we be able to
say.
acquire a portrait or some form of identification of each of the members of this?
Should we please start a prank war among our...
That could certainly
People
be
that would
possibly
be-
arranged. We would have
So
to.
that way I know.
We would have to follow some of these people to maybe get a bit of their residual flame that falls off. What are you?
Nothing. It's not important.
Or just a piece of their clothing or something of the sort, so that the scry spell could connect better.
How do I know who's who?
Huh?
Of the five.
Of the Ring of Smoldering.
It's
Yeah.
fairly simple to tell. There is Ketharak, who is 5 foot tall and covered in blue scales, and the rest are covered in flame. Asat is known for his towering visage, and Kirit is known for being a bit smaller than the average Ifrit. The other two are a bit more difficult to distinctify, however. Passat has a golden wreathed necklace to show his visage as a Visar. Being one of the Sultan's chosen and all.
going back to our plan, what do you recommend we do at this very moment?
Go to the Embassy of the Hells.
And walk around.
Pinpoint
Scout
it.
them.
Scout the area. Possibly scout other areas where our targets may generally go about. If we were wanting to just know about the rest of them, I know, or I would assume, that the Ring of Smoldering Chains has a lot to do with the arches. So maybe going up there and spending a bit of time seeing if we can spot out any of those. We could try to get a stronger description, and I could check with my patron to discover some maybe extra secrets about them. However, this is a very tight-knit place. Secrets are kept secret for a reason.
Off to the jar I go. Come, small one.
Yep. I'm just gonna, as we go by, I'm going to just kind of give Nari a glance out of my eye as we head out, and just kind of see how she's holding up.
As I'm leaving, I say to the party, I recommend everyone stay in pairs of 2.
I recommend we stay together entirely.
Then come with me. And I'm walking.
I'm walking here. I'm walking.
Does he look over at me? Is that what happened, or were you looking over
Yeah,
at me?
he kind of looks over at the whole group, kind of like, we all good to go? Like we all...
Well, I guess let's go. I'll hop up.
He follows.
Warden just kind of wants to get out of the pubs because he always knows something bad happens because this party is prone to doing
I mean,
something.
there were napkins, my man.
I don't know. I was just like, does it come out? Where is it? I'm gonna hang it.
He's just straight up like, I'm not shaking your hand, by the way.
Also, the last pub we were in, we burned to the ground. So
That's fair.
Burn it to the ground.
With that, the
Well,
party
except for
beginning
the last
to
one.
formulate a plan for how they're going to approach the city of Brass will begin this next session, making your way to the Char and the street of Steyla to begin investigating into the Ring of Smoldering Chains in hopes to find a way to scry on the next meeting of said ring. And with that, it is 8. So we're actually going to end on time for once.
Wow.
It could happen.
It can happen. Miracles do happen. And we will see how well the party is able to utilize if you guys are even able to utilize your feast.
It'll probably go to waste.
It very well might.
I think it'll go to waste before we go too far.
The thing
How long
is,
does it last?
24 hours.
Alright.
So you guys would have to pull up your britches and really make headway on making it happen.
I can't remember. Do clerics need short or long rest? Or
Long rests.
I even thought about preparing scrying already, and I didn't.
So that is where I will end recording. Goodbye.
Very well.